Rivalries, especially conference rivalries, make the sporting world even more intriguing. And today we have one of the most intriguing conference rivalries in all of Division III sports. It is the 12-1 Baldwin Wallace Yellow Jackets taking on the 6-7 Mount Union Purple Raiders live on OAC Boxcast. Good evening, everyone, and welcome inside the MAC. I am Nathan Smee on the call for you this evening. As of late, BW has dominated this rivalry, winners of 14 straight. But the Purple Raiders, they feel something special is brewing about tonight's game. They think this can be the one that breaks the drought and also would be the 300th career win of Susie Vanette, who is in year 19 as the head coach here at Mount Union. What a special night that would be if she is able to get it over a big rivalry in BW. BW 12-1 on the year. They lost their first game, but since then they have been cruising. 12 straight victories for the Yellow Jackets. They have a lot of great players, top to bottom, a very deep roster, very similar to these Purple Raiders. But we will see which team is able to get the better of the other. In history, Mount Union has 29 victories over BW in comparison to 47 from the Yellow Jackets. This one, it can be seen as a toss-up given the points per game averages, but BW, they are confident cruising in. They came to Alliance at about 5:15, and from the get-go, they were ready to go. They know what this game could be, and they know how to get a big victory. Their coach, over 700 career wins, 35 years in Berea, over 700 wins. That is a monumental number of wins for a head coach who is respected by everyone in this OAC conference, a conference where everyone looks up to these Yellow Jackets as they have a perfect 6-0 record on hand, with JCU following up in second place with a 5-1 record. It'll be interesting to see if anyone can catch these Yellow Jackets, whether it be this year or even next year. BW is a team built to succeed for the future. Looking at their starting five, Alyssa Miller, Casey Badalak, Emily Irwin, Bella Valent, and Kaylee Ressler, the starting five for the Yellow Jackets. As for the Purple Raiders, Day-Day Nash, Reese Triplett, Haley Haywood, Michaela Dunkel, and Elizabeth Mason, the starting five for Mount Union. I expect a lot of rotation, especially from number one, Chelsea Evanich. She starts the game on the bench, but she will play. She is the sixth man of this Purple Raider team, and she can be a tough force to break down in the paint, as she is averaging just north of 6.5 points per game, around 5 rebounds, and just over an assist per night. She has so many tools to her game that no matter what role she is in, whether it be rebounding, scoring, defense, you name it, she can be an effective player, and she can be a dominant player for these Purple Raiders. But BW, they are the supposed machine of OAC women's basketball, and once again, like they have done 6 times prior this season, look to do it again in OAC conference play. Their next 5 games, it doesn't get easier. They have Marietta, John Carroll, Otterbein, ONU, and Muskie. They want wins in all 5, and they want to win tonight, and they believe they can. But we will see. It is the Yellow Jackets taking on the Purple Raiders up next on OAC Boxcast. We will toss things downstairs for our pregame introductions as we are about to get underway in what looks to be yet another great edition of Baldwin Wallace and Mount Union Athletics.
Good evening and welcome to the Pearson Academy Athletic Complex for today's OAC Women's Basketball game. Featuring the Baldwin Wallace Yellow Jackets and your Mount Union Purple Raiders. Mount Union and NCAA promote good sportsmanship by demonstrating respect for all student athletes, officials, fans, and coaches. We grade the marks about tolerated around 40 people. Proud
Once again, good evening and welcome to the MAC on the campus of the University of Mount Union as the 6-7 Purple Raiders welcome in the 12-1 Baldwin Wallace Yellow Jackets. I am Nathan Smee on the call for you this evening live on OAC Boxcast. You heard your starting five, you heard the national anthem, you heard the pregame. All that is left, 40 minutes of tough, gritty OAC basketball. This one should be a good one. Once again, the starting fives, if you missed them, Day-Day Nash, Reese Triplett, Haley Haywood, Michaela Dunkel, and Elizabeth Mason for Mount Union. As for the Yellow Jackets of BW, Alyssa Miller, Casey Badalek, Emily Irwin, Bella Valent, and Kaylee Wrestler, the five for the gals wearing the brown. As for Mount Union, they will be in their home white with purple lettered jerseys. As the ball is launched into the air for the tip, we are underway in A-Town. Mount Union will win the opening tip, and they will look to increase their win streak to 2, not only on the year, but also in OAC play as they are starting to get back to their best. Nash, far wing, no good on the triple, rebound Wrestler. BW's defense, one of the best in the conference. They allow less than 55 points per game. Speaking of great defense, there is Day-Day Nash on the steal. Mount Union will take it back, and here they come on the offensive. Triplett can't get it to go. Loose ball in the paint, cleaned up nicely by Miller. BW 2 for 2 on defense, and here comes their offense looking to reload once again. Miller makes her move in the lane, hands it right back, and it's a charge. Mount Union doing the dirty work on defense. It is Dunkel forcing the foul. To be able to force an offensive foul like that, that takes not only determination and skill, but also a willingness to go to the hardwood, and that is what we saw from Dunkel. A hard hit, she goes down, but possession goes back to Mount Union, and that is what matters for a player like Michaela Dunkel, who is a team player, the embodiment of it. Nash almost able to keep it. It's Irwin on the steal. Some great defense by the graphic player that I put on for this game. Irwin for 3. Can't get it to go opposite end as Dunkel picks it up. 1:10 off the clock, still no scoring. Mount Union looks to change that here. Triplett, far wing. Will play top of the arc, gets Elizabeth Mason, the sophomore from Marlington High School. Dunkel inside, Triplett makes her move, and the bank is open. Reese Triplett opens the scoring. Mount Union leads early, and that is exactly what the Purple Raiders needed. A perfect cut, a perfect drive, a perfect 2. The Yellow Jackets to respond. The triple rims out, no good. Nash the rebound. Mount Union coming out of the gate with some steam. The offense not there on the 3. Dunkel picks up the loose ball and now will facilitate. Triplett near wing for the Purple Raiders. Makes her move. Will kick outside. Mason for 3. No good. Bounces high. Loose ball in the paint. And Valent will be tied up with it, as I believe the call is a jump ball. 2 minutes off the clock. 2 points scored. And they belong to Mount Union and Reese Triplett. The Yellow Jackets, their offense, very potent, averaging just below 70 per game. Can they get on the board here? Not on that 3 as it misses. Offside iron. They go again on the offensive. Irwin, top of the arc, will take it in. Swinging to the far wing. Badalak back top. Irwin inside to the elbow. Valent. And she will make her move, spinning. Double team. They want to travel. And there it is. The double team of dreams gives possession back to the Purple Raiders. What a defensive start by Mount Union. Reese Triplett will sub out of the game, and for the first time today, we will see Tess Conroy, a sophomore from Cuyahoga Heights High School. Conroy averaging just below 5 points per game, just under 2 rebounds per contest, and 1 assist. Conroy, one of the main players that comes off this Mount Union bench, along with Evanich and a few other key contributors. Nash near wing, 7:15 on the clock, and it's picked off. Intended for Dunkel inside. Valent the steal, and the Yellow Jackets fly down the court. No good, too much. Rebound Dunkel, and here comes Day-Day Nash and company. 2 changes in the offing for BW. The 3 for Dunkel. No good, rims out, still loose. Mason keeps it alive, plays it back outside, and Dunkel will pick it back up. Conroy, far wing. No good. Bounces front rim after hitting the window. BW will come down with the loose basketball. Mount Union now preparing a double change of their own, and now a triple as Lily Scott will join the bunch. A total of 5 changes coming at the next stop. The mid-range not there from Irwin, and it's a jump ball in the paint. Mount Union this time will take it. What a start by Mount Union. No points allowed. They have 2. They have the lead against the number 12 team in the country. What a job by Mount Union. I mean, seeing what they did against Heidelberg, a lot of points, obviously. 107 points. That is a monstrous number. But to do this on defense in the next game, that is nothing shy of impressive. I am really impressed from what I've seen from these Raiders. Mason just inside the arc. It's Green. Elizabeth Mason on the board with 2 points. Mount Union up by 4. BW, they desperately need a response. 4 minutes gone off the clock. No scoring quite yet. Can they change it here? The backing in, not good. Mason the defense. Rebound picked up Jones. Also no good. Rebound Elizabeth Mason. How about this? 4-0 Mount Union. 4 minutes in. Conroy pumps. Far side. Scott takes it in the corner. Will pump. Evanich, her first touches of the game at the elbow. Spinning in the lane. The bank not open for Evanich. Rebound Thompson. I do have to give credit to BW's defense. They have been stellar. The offense, they just need some points. And Evanich, what a block! The Evanich legacy lives on from Morlington to Mount. Scott in transition, no good, slides right. The former Ursuline guard misses that attempt, and BW will have their chance once again. The pump played inside, Thompson against Evanich, spins right, no good. Cleaned up nicely and flung back out. Here's a chance once again for the Yellow Jackets. McCoy, the mid-range, not there. Evanich, the rebound. Half of the first quarter gone. It is 4-0. What are we watching? This is a great defensive battle. Evanich spinning inside. Can't get that one to go. Rebound, Brooke Thompson, the junior from Little Miami High School. But still, what a job by both defenses, holding each offense in check. A loose ball tied up. Conroy avoids the jump ball. She has the steal. And once again, here come the rumbling Raiders. Scott, far wing. It's Hudick. Top to Mason. Mason pumps. Far side, just in. It is Evanich. Chelsea back outside. Lily Scott on the pump makes her move. And flung back outside. Hudick, high point. Conroy gets open. Bodies her way. Flung, far corner. Mason, the mid-range. Bounces out, no good. Scott picks it up. Tries her hand, and her hand is good. A 6-0 run for the Purple Raiders in 6 minutes. 3 different scores, and the defense has been putting the clamps on BW. 4 changes upcoming for Mount. 3 for BW. And a whole lot of defense. A lot of defense. And this time, for once in my broadcasting career, that is not sarcastic. Evanich, once again, great defense. We'll pick it up. Here come the Raiders once again on offense. Evanich, far side. Scott plays inside. It's Mason bodying her way in the lane. Too easy for Elizabeth Mason. Count it. An 8-0 run for Mount Union. 3:15 now on the clock in quarter number 1. BW now have 4 players waiting to sub in. Can they get some points here? Wrestler, the handoff. Emily Irwin. The Yellow Jackets still looking, driving. Another chance. It's stripped. Hudick, the defense. Loose ball. And we have a jump ball called. It will stay with the Yellow Jackets. 2:55 on the clock in quarter number 1. Mount Union's defense is insane. They're up 8-0. And if you're Coach Vanette, knowing that win number 300 could be on the horizon, you have to be pleased. This is what you want to see. If you are Mount Union, this is what you worked all offseason for. This moment. The fadeaway, not good. It's laid at the horn. And Mount Union will take it back. A shot clock violation forced by stellar defense. Almost surprised we have not seen a timeout called by BW to talk things over, but they appear to be content right now. Play will stop for a brief moment. Once again, if you are just tuning in, 2:48 on the clock, now 2:49 as they adjust it. It is 8-0 Mount Union. A defensive masterclass by the Purple Raiders as they look dominant right now. But still plenty of basketball left to go here in A-Town. Day-Day Nash back in the game. Top of the arc, Dunkel. The ball movement and spacing continues to be elite for the Purple Raiders. Day-Day in the lane, rejected. Alyssa Miller, the defense, and now a foul is called. Once again, I will keep giving BW credit. Despite what the scoreboard says, their defense has been tremendous. They are making Mount Union think twice before driving. They get inside the paint. That's good. They have nowhere to go with the basketball. It's flushed back out. And Mount Union, to their credit, they are doing the same exact thing to these Yellow Jackets. Defense perfectly balanced. BW's offense waiting for their time to strike. And we have another foul called here. Now 2 on Mount Union, 1 on BW in quarter number 1. 2:20 left to go in the first. The Purple Raiders shocking many. Miller in the lane, will float, no good. A rebound, Yellow Jackets. Is this their opportunity? Flung back outside. They go again. The light handoff, not in time. McElroy gets it and is fouled. Abby McElroy, what a big first touch. She has not seen the basketball at all before that play. Her first opportunity with it draws a foul. That is what you want off the bench. That is exactly what you need. I mentioned it in pregame. Both teams have a deep bench. Mount Union, they might have the deepest bench in the conference. I'm willing to say that. Every player on this roster can be a key contributor, and that is a fact. Nash in the wing makes a defender go to the ground, flung back outside. Now it goes to the corner. Farensee top to Dunkel. Nash gets it near side. No good. Back iron. Haywood tips it and will take it back outside the arc. 1:40 now on the clock, and it's picked off. Maddie Ebert has it in transition. Pivoting against Day-Day Nash. Plays it on back. Valent back outside the arc. BW trying to find a lane. Does not have it quite yet. Once again, it's Ebert. Top arc / wing to Valent. Mount getting into a man defense with some help defense in the process. Valent drives. Valent can't get it to go. Day-Day Nash the rebound. And here come the Raiders once again. Haywood for 3. No good. Misses side iron. Dunkel cleans it up. Mount Union a second chance for points. And a second chance well taken. Haley Haywood completes the kill shot. It's a 10-0 run for the Purple Raiders. Unbelievable. 50 seconds on the clock in quarter number 1. The Yellow Jackets, they need a spark. They need a sting. Ebert pivoting just outside the paint. The bounce pass. Wilkerson, and a foul is called. Mount Union's bench does not look too happy. Outside of that, the Purple Raiders have a lot to be pleased with in this first quarter. A 10-0 run against the number 12 team in the country. It looks like the women have been watching the men's volleyball team after their victory against Cal Lutheran. 39-5 on the clock in quarter number 1. Still 10-zip Mount Union. Wilkerson making her way to the lane. Swings corner, wide open 3. It's in! Who else but Taylor Bass, the Strongsville legend, to put the Berea School on the board. Taylor Bass, one heck of a basketball player. The Bass family, maybe the best women's basketball lineage family in all of Strongsville basketball. If it wasn't for the Byers family of men's basketball, you could say they are the best overall. Dunkel pivoting, played inside at the Hornets. Haywood, no good on the buzzer beater, and that will close out the first quarter. Taylor Bass makes sure BW gets on the board, but otherwise it has been all Mount Union. 10-3 Purple Raiders over the Yellow Jackets. We will step aside. This is Mount Union versus BW women's basketball on OAC Boxcast. As Morgan Wallen fades off into the background, we are ready for quarter number 2 here in A-Town. Mount Union up 10-3 over the Baldwin Wallace Yellow Jackets. If you are just tuning in, I am Nathan Smee on the call for you this evening. Day-Day Nash will swing outside. It's Elizabeth Mason with the basketball. In the words of Morgan Wallen, everyone has had some help today on the offensive end. A lot of key contributors for these Purple Raiders, and that has given them a balanced attack up 10-3 through 1. Irvin wide open, it's there. Emily Irwin uncontested. It's a 6-0 run for the Yellow Jackets as they are starting to hit their stride. Mount Union, a comfortable 10-0 lead early on in the contest. Now as they settle in, this is their opportunity to hold on to it and not allow the adjustments of BW to get the best of them. Mason on the near side, dishes in, Dunkel. Dunkel spinning, has some heavy pressure, hooks it, not there, misses wide window to the right, and Irwin will pick it up. BW down by 4, loose ball, Irwin picks up her own miss, and it's a jump ball. Mistimed the dribble, just got caught up underneath it, but still it will stay with BW, no harm, no foul. Day-Day Nash will sub out of the game for the Purple Raiders along with Haley Haywood. And one final Purple Raider coming out of the ball game, and it will be Michaela Dunkel. A trio of changes for these Purple Raiders as they look to hold on to their 4-point lead. But either way, what a start to this game. A lot of defense. The offense of BW starting to heat up, but with Chelsea Evanich manning the paint like that, it is hard to get past, as there she is once again being a huge threat to the offense of BW. That height is almost impossible to break down. She made her name at Marlington with plays like that defensively. That is how she became the basketball player she was. And I mean, with her dad being Coach Evanich of the boys team, he knows how to make a winning player. All 3 of the Evanich kids, excellent basketball players and athletes all the way around. That shot no good. BW will take it up the floor here. 8:20 left to go in the first half. Irwin wide open, it's in! Emily Irwin heating up from outside the arc. She has 6. Timeout Mount Union. The Yellow Jackets done playing around. They are back to their best. 10-9 Mount Union, 8:18 left to go in the first half. We step aside. (10-9) Mount Union over Baldwin Wallace. A 9-0 run for the Yellow Jackets. This contest has proven basketball is a game of runs. Mount Union started off with a 10-0 run. It's a kill shot for them to begin the game. But since then, BW, a 9-0 run. They have a chance for one of their own, but with a shot like that, it will not come to fruition as Allie Hudick ends the run. Hudick, the senior, went to Lake Catholic High School, saw their girls basketball team a couple weeks ago in their defeat against Padua Franciscan. 8 minutes left to go. Irwin heating up with 6 points. Can't get her 7th and 8th. Lily Scott picks up the loose ball. Mount Union starting to get back in their rhythm. Evanich, top of the arc. Will swing to the wing, triplet. No good. Back inside, iron rejects. And the Yellow Jackets down by 1 possession have a chance to tie here. Mount Union playing some tight defense. Irwin to tie. No good, a little shy, as that will go out of play. Mount Union gets their stop on defense. Regardless of the outcome, I think both teams are going to study that first quarter of film extensively. If you are Mount Union, everything went right for you in the opening part of that frame. A 10-0 run. They looked dominant. And then at the end, BW had that 3 that was Taylor Bass making it. That changed the game. The next 6 points come from Irwin, one of the leaders of this team. It's a new ball game, 10-9, now 12-9 because of Hudick, but still, that swing will be studied. It's picked off, still a 3-point game. Wrestler on the steal, and the and one! Kaylee Wrestler, the defense, and the and one goes coast to coast, and now has a chance to tie. And that is why you hustle back on offense after getting a big defensive stop. With 7:04 left to go in the first half, the Yellow Jackets have a chance to pretty much complete their comeback. But still a lot left to go in this one. For the three-point play, it's there. Kaylee Ressler, the 2-and-1, makes it a tie ball game at 12. Mount Union, their offense, getting back to work. Lily Scott in the near wing will direct traffic. Evanich relieves her just outside the arc. Chelsea pivoting, looking for an outlet. Has Hudick and Conroy. Picks Conroy, the sophomore. Now back top, great spacing by the Purple Raiders. Can they complete the play? Scott almost loses it, plays inside. Conroy can't finish, and that is the horn. Almost a shot clock violation. BW will pick it up and has a chance to take their first lead of the ballgame. Played far side, Wilkerson. Off the screen, take it in. Wilkerson back top the arc for the lead. Not there, back iron, no good. Still loose, BW picks it up. It's Ebert under her own basket, pivoting, has Hudick right there, swings to the wing. No good, a rebound, Lily Scott. 6 minutes left to go in the first half, 12 all. And now Mount Union, after getting their stop, has a chance to regain the lead. Evanich, too easy for number one. The Marlington legend continues to dominate. BW, they will work quick after the basket. Evanich, almost a steal. She hits it out. But what a job by Chelsea Evanich. Heavily contested, but for her, there is no basket too difficult. She is just that good of a player. 14-12, Purple Raiders on top over the Yellow Jackets. 5:40 left to go in the first half. Wilkerson, the pump at the free throw line, dished back out. Ebert pivoting, great cut to the basket, and almost another opportunity for an and one. The foul is there. Wilkerson can't complete the play. That would have been huge for the Yellow Jackets, but nonetheless an excellent cut in the lane. That is something that is hard to teach. You need to have that court vision to know, okay, my teammate is tied up just outside the paint. I need to get under the basket at X time to be able to get the ball. But either way, the first of two from the charity stripe is good. And that will put the sophomore Wilkerson on the board. 5:33 on the clock in the first half. 14-13, now 14-14. Substitution for the Yellow Jackets. They will bring back in Taylor Bass, the sophomore. Once again, going back to the Bass family, Reagan initially went to Akron, now plays her collegiate basketball at Purdue. Sydney Bass, a senior at Strongsville. Let me rephrase, the one-loss Strongsville Mustangs, as they have been dominant this year. She is going to the Greyhounds of Loyola after this season concludes. The Bass family, one of the best basketball families in all of the Cleveland area. Scott Muckleroy, top of the arc, back to Lily. Lily Scott for three, no good, it's shy, on point, but not there. And here come the Yellow Jackets buzzing up the floor once again. Jones, dish it back outside, Ebert for the lead, no good, but a foul is called. Muckleroy tried drawing the charge, couldn't get her feet set in time, and it is two opportunities instead for BW to take the lead for the first time. Great resilience by these Yellow Jackets. I mean, going down 10-0 on the road, no matter what your record is something very difficult to overcome. They have done that with relative ease in this game, and that just shows how good this team is and how good Mount Union prepped for them early on in the game. Mount Union, they are still playing a very good game, but when you're going up against the number 12 team in the country, that is a different beast. But still, Mount Union, they will not back down. The second is no good. She misses both, and Muckleroy picks up the rebound. Now Mount Union, with another gifted life, has a chance to regain their advantage. Nash will direct traffic. Muckleroy trying to get available, sets the screen. Nash works right. Now outside Haywood for three. Just a bit shy, skims, front iron, no good. Rebound Kayla Jones for the Yellow Jackets. And here they come up the floor once again. Dished out to the wing. Wilkerson drives, gets tied up. They wanted to travel. Hudick falls on it, and Muckleroy will relieve her. Great defense by Hudick. She has been everywhere on the floor this evening. Day-Day Nash, top of the arc for the Purple Raiders. 4:10 on the clock. Behind the elbow, it's good from Dunkel. Mount Union retakes the lead. Michaela Dunkel, a do-it-all player from the court to the classroom. She can do about anything. Valent, far wing, less than 4 to go in the first half. BW down by 2. Ebert, it's Taylor Bass. Bass, top of the arc. Jones has McElroy right by her. Good screen set. Here come the Yellow Jackets making their way. Hudick the steal. Great defense by the senior Allie Hudick. And here come the Purple Raiders. Haywood dishes inside. Kept alive. Loose ball. And Taylor Bass will clean it up for the Yellow Jackets. Great defensive possession by both sides. Can BW now capitalize on offense? They could, but a travel negates it. And you see on the bench a couple of the Purple Raiders. They're enjoying it. They're doing a little cha-cha-cha with the travel sign. And that is something that sets Mount Union apart from other programs. Their benches, no matter it be volleyball, basketball, baseball, softball, you name it, they are engaged in the game. They are celebrating. They are having fun. With no cheerleaders in the house, they are their own cheerleaders. They fight for their teammates, and that is what makes this team a machine. Haywood outside, far wing, 3:10 left to go in the first half. It's 16-14 Mount Union. Mason, far wing. Nash top of the arc, it's Dunkel now. Mason trying to make a run. Dunkel takes it herself against Valent. Swings top at the free throw line. Mason gets it from Haywood. Mason with the left. No good, and Mount Union picks it up at the horn for the shot clock. It doesn't matter. The miss is picked up by Mason. Number 33 continues to show resilience. Haywood keeps it alive, somehow finds Hudick. The plant and launch. No good, misses wide left, and a foul is called. Dunkel went to pick it up, and it will go against the Yellow Jackets. What a sequence by the Purple Raiders. A lot of teams struggle to get opportunities for second chance points, but not tonight. Mount Union, they have been everywhere. They have been like jackrabbits, if you will. And going on the animal kind of nickname pun, Day-Day Nash nicknamed the Energizer Bunny for a reason. She is everywhere on the floor. A floor general, a distributor, a scorer, a defender, and a hype man. She is the complete package from one of your captains. Inside Dunkel. Great timing and a great finish by Michaela Dunkel. Back to a two-possession game, and there's the Energizer Bunny causing chaos. She gets the steal. Haywood the three. No good. Misses side left iron, and BW will pick it up. If that shot would have gone in, the dome would have come off of the back. Ebert in the lane. It's there. Maddie Ebert in traffic is on the board. Back to a 2-point game. 2 minutes left to go in the first half. Nash directing traffic. Hudick will take it from behind. Hudick has been known to shoot the three-point ball, and she is one of the best scorers of it in the OAC. Mason and the Purple Raiders taking their time. Hudick, top of the arc, swings to the far wing. Nash swings. Dunkel bodying her way inside. Lays it up, no good. And an over and back is the call. The reach was just there, and that warrants the over the back. And that will be the first foul of the game against Day-Day Nash. For the Purple Raiders, in the meantime, they will sub out Haley Haywood, the 5'8" senior guard from Barberton High School. Irwin will take it up the floor. 6 points so far today. She has been the leader of this BW team, and she has a chance to complete the comeback here. Far side, Arndt. Inside, Ebert from Irwin, and Mount Union gets the stuff. The Purple Raiders will take that. They are making BW reset and rethink their offense, and that is what you want to see. A team like BW, they do the same 5 things. They go up the floor, you go X, Y, Z, bam, 2 points, or bam, 3 points. Getting them out of their rhythm is huge. And a foul is called there on the attempt. That will be the 5th against the Raiders. Either way, it will send BW to the line as the Yellow Jackets are now in the bonus. Next 5 games for Mount Union go as follows. They are at ONU on the 18th. They go to Muskie on the 22nd. They are at Capital on the 25th. They host Marietta on the 29th. And once we flip the calendar to February, they will host Wilmington on the 1st. As for BW, they host Marietta. They go to John Carroll. They go to Otterbein, they host ONU, and they host Muskegum on February 1st. 18 all as both free throws are good. 1:15 on the clock in the first half. Can Mount Union have a lead at the half? Mason, directing traffic, needs to avoid a violation. Hands it off behind. Triplet. Swings it. Hudick for three. No good. Hits the back window and iron, but not there. BW still on the prowl for their first lead of the evening. Here is their chance on the drive. The finish not there, and it is shot into the sky. Dunkel the defense. There it is once again. BW misses once, goes for the rebound, trying to get back in rhythm. Mount Union says not so fast. There is no rhythm, and they forced the rhythm, if it was there from BW, to get out of sync for a moment. And there it is once again, a great defensive play. BW still comes up with it. The Yellow Jackets, resilient as ever. Irwin, 40 seconds on the clock to work with. Emily at the key, bodying past Hudick, swung back out. Ebert, can she complete the play? Swung outside. Irwin for three. No good. Rebound, not there. It will go to Mount Union. Dunkel initially went for it, but saw she couldn't get it, stepped back, and that is huge. That is great awareness, as a lot of the time, you will see a player go for a rebound exactly like that. A finger will graze the ball, and possession will go to the opposing team. But there, she steps back, she sees the trajectory, she sees the vision, and that gives Mount Union final shot in the first half if they want it. Allie Hudick in the wing, goes top, it's Evanich. Chelsea, 10 seconds to work with. Elizabeth Mason, it's Marlington to Marlington. Nash for three. No good, bounces out at the end. BW will hand it off, and the heave-ho, not there. And that is all she wrote for the first half. Mount Union fighting as hard as they can. We have a classic brewing in A-Town. 18 all your score through 20 minutes. This is Mount Union versus BW Women's Basketball live on OAC Boxcast. As Mount Union retakes the floor, we will take a look at our first half stats powered by our stat broadcast. Looking at BW, their leading scorer is Emily Irwin, 6 points. She is 2 for 8 from the field, and both makes were from outside the arc. She is currently 2 for 5, or 40% from outside the arc. Following up after her, Taylor Bass along with Kaylee Wrestler each have 3 points for the Yellow Jackets. As for your Purple Raiders, it is Elizabeth Mason and Michaela Dunkel leading the way, each with 4 points, and then a number of players. You have Scott, Haywood, Triplett, Hudick, and Evidence, all with 2 points. No three-pointers made by the Purple Raiders, currently 0 for 17 from outside the arc. BW 3 for 10 from outside. As for field goals, 19% for BW, 25 for the Purple Raiders, with Mount Union taking 10 more shots and making 4 in comparison to the Yellow Jackets. Turnovers, BW has 11, Mount Union has 5. Points off turnovers, that is the difference really. Mount Union doing a little bit more. They have 6 points off of turnovers, BW only 3. In the rebounding battle, BW leads at 25-21, which is almost a little bit surprising given the number of second chance points, which Mount Union leads in that category, 6-2. Points in the paint, 10 for Mount Union. Fast break points, that is where BW can really make a difference in the second half. 6 compared to 0 from Mount Union. Mount Union in the blocking category, 3-zip. Chelsea Evanich doing a lot in that department. As for steals, 7 for Mount Union and 5 for BW. And finally, assists, it is Mount Union leading 7-4 over BW at the half. It's 18-all. We will be back on in 4 minutes to bring you the second half of this Wednesday night OAC Women's Hoops Clash. The first half left us with a lot more questions than answers. 18-all heading into the final 20 minutes between Mount Union and Baldwin Wallace. If you are just tuning in, I am Nathan Smee on the call for you this evening. Looking back at that first half, we can pretty much sum it up here. Mount Union 10-0, then a 9-0 run for BW, 10-9, and then back and forth, and now 18-all. That's pretty much your first half. You can pretty much recap it in 15 seconds or less as we did. But now a lot of basketball left to go. The first half basically means nothing. It's honors even. It's 0-0 in their minds. And now it's an opportunity for both teams to make a statement. Nash makes the statement and opens up the new half with a drive and finish. The senior from Bucktel, on a night where her alma mater has a big game against Lou West, is using some of that energy for her own benefit. 2018 Mount Union, they are yet to trail in this one. Wrestler top of the arc, and speaking of Mount Union and BW, the men of Mount lead at half, I believe 51-26 over the Yellow Jackets. And a travel is called. Give possession back to the Purple Raiders. What a start to the second half. Mount Union, the finish from Day Day, and then that. That is huge. Haywood looking to direct traffic, gets Dunkel, top of the arc, will swing to Elizabeth Mason. She leads the way with 4 for the Purple Raiders. Nash for 3, it's in! Day-Day Nash from downtown! Day-Day on a tear, 5 quick points to begin the second half. Day-Day, the Energizer Bunny, energizing us up here. And Valen on the opposite end, able to bank that one in. BW in the 20s. Day-Day Nash, the difference right now. What a job by Day-Day Nash. She has been exactly what Mount has needed her to be. Tipped out of play, it will stay with the Purple Raiders. The crowd loved that 3 from Day-Day. The first 3 taken up the second half, and that ends the 0 for 17 drought. All that matters now, that one, and that was a big one. Mason fakes the handoff to Nash, takes it herself inside, goes to the corner. Day-Day, no good from that one, as Valen will box out and finally keep it alive. BW gets their stop, and here they come on the offensive once again. Valen at the wing, top of the arc, great movement and spacing outside by the Yellow Jackets. Irwin makes her move inside, and we have a whistle. That will send BW to the baseline as we have our first foul of the new half. The offense heating up. Reese Triplett will sub out of the ball game for the Purple Raiders as they will look to change things up here. Valen, it's hit, but foul. Dunkel thought she had all ball. She has a case, but either way, that will send the Yellow Jackets to the line. 2 quick fouls committed by the Purple Raiders. And this is the point of the game where they need to be careful. If they keep sending the Yellow Jackets to the line, despite how well they have shot from there, they're going to struggle as they've missed a couple, but still, the positive outweighs the negative. They're 5 for 7 and now 6 for 8, so 75%. That is where you want to be right now. We had some early movement. It's no good, so it doesn't matter. Loose ball. Jump would keep it with BW, and it stays. I'm surprised they didn't whistle that one dead. It looked like a Purple Raider and a Yellow Jacket left simultaneously early. Usually that would just be a reshoot, but in this case, it looks like they left right on time. If that's the case, tremendous timing. Irwin swings, far wing. Miller, Irwin for the lead. No good, skims rim and out of play. Mount Union forces the turnover. Bella Valent, the senior from Perrysburg, had it in the breadbasket, just couldn't close it. 23-21, Day-Day Nash taking over for the Purple Raiders. All 5 of her points have come in this second half. Outside Mason, pumps, makes her way into the key outside to Day-Day Nash. Nash thought about it again, instead chucks it inside. Dunkel led in stride, and that equals 2. What court vision by the Energizer Bunny, and what a finish by Dunkel. And those are 2 teammates who know each other very well, showing it off to BW. Irwin swings outside, 25-21, Mount Union in the lead. Valen bodying inside, spins, hooks, not there. Rebound Miller, and BW goes again. The triple No good, rims out, Mason picks up the rebound, shoe shines, and it will stay with BW. Kaylee Wrestler with the defense slash offense slash defense slash offense. There's nothing really you can say to describe that play other than heads up from the Yellow Jackets. They saw the shoe shine and they said, not so fast, we will give you a taste of your own medicine, and executed it perfectly. The Yellow Jackets, a tough, feisty, gritty team, and that makes them one of the best in not only the state, but in the country. Irwin mid-range, no dice. Valent the rebound, has Evanich to beat, and does. Bella Valent, still resilient as ever, makes it a 2-point game. Nash will run the offense once again for these Purple Raiders. So far this year, they average 64.9 points per game. Just a bit under that right now. Both teams playing excellent defense, that's why. Mason in the lane, banks it home. Mount Union attacking the lane, doing a lot better, and here comes their full court press. The double team somehow broken by BW. The best can break it. BW sure can, and Valent walks away with 2. The trap looked like a lost cause for BW, but the daylight shone through, and it equals 2. Once again, resilience from these Yellow Jackets. Evanich. From the elbow outside, Nash goes up and down, and a travel's called. It looked like she tried to draw that contact, just couldn't get enough. And Day will go off to the bench for the Purple Raiders. She's the reason why they lead, and she will cheer from the bench for now. Lily Scott checks in place of Day. And Nash immediately Scott immediately trying to play some great defense. Mount still running a subtle man defense. Wilkerson spinning at the free throw line, back outside, top arc, it's Wrestler. High point inside. Thompson to facilitate in the key. Has Evanich flung almost out of play. Ebert keeps it alive. BW taking their time. Great opportunity, but Scott the defense, too much to overcome. And here comes Mount Union, still up by 2. Evanich. Chelsea thinks about the 3, takes it herself inside instead. Evanich spinning, tries to bang it, but it's rejected. Brooke Thompson gets a paw on it and swats it. Another great piece of great defense. 5:14 on the clock, 27-25. Mount Union over the Yellow Jackets. And we do have a few substitutions for BW. They are trying to keep their players as fresh as possible. And it's picked off. That is why you rotate. Ebert gets it. Here come the Yellow Jackets in transition. Evidence the defense, and a foul is called. The interception was there. It turns into a fast break. And now, if BW can convert both, they would tie the game up at 27. Right now, the magic number might be 45-50 in this one. Every single point will count, and that one will definitely help the Yellow Jackets. McCoy, a chance to tie it. There it is. 27-all. A great back and forth game, and it continues to play out as such. Lily Scott, the freshman from Youngstown Ursuline High School, taking it up the floor. Evidence the screen. Lily has some room. Will fling. Ferenczi, top to Muckleroy. Near side, it's Hudick. Hudick has a lane, pulls up. No good, misses from inside. She had it online, but the rim has other plans. BW, a chance to take the lead for the first time. It's there. Barely touches the twine, and Laura McCoy gives BW their first advantage of the evening. What a comeback. Scott Muckleroy top, Evanich will pump. Goes inside, strip, but fouled. Fouling becoming more prominent as this third quarter progresses. The combined 4th of the frame. Mount will make a double change. Tess Conroy and Michaela Dunkel in. Ferenczi and Evanich off to the sideline. 29-27, BW in the driver's seat just slightly. And it looks like we will go back to the scorer's table. Potentially a clock issue. Still 4:23 left to go, 29-27 BW over Mount Union. We appear to be good to go, and we anticipate the inbound from Scott any moment. Whistles blow, we will be back underway. Dunkel trying to get open, it's instead the near side McElroy out to Hudick. Hudick hands, Conroy, great movement. Can Mount Union find their way inside? Scott top, McElroy. Abby directing traffic, makes her move, spinning, far side Hudick, step back three! Well, shy no good, and BW will box out. They want it on the tip, and they might get it, and they do. Initially, they said it was airball, but given the shot, Hudick had a perfect line there. It had to be disrupted, and they got it right in the end. That is what you want to see. These officials have called a great game, and that has allowed this one to become an instant classic. Mason checks into the ball game, replacing McElroy. Mason, the highest scorer on this team, averaging 12.9 points per game this season. Scott to inbound, plays it outside. Mason and Dunkel tipped and fouled. Mount getting gritty, working to the basket. And Coach Harris shaking her head. She can't believe it. But she is one of the best coaches all time, not just Division III, but all time period. 35 years in Berea with BW, over 700 career wins. She earned win number 700 this campaign. A true icon of the OAC, D3, and the entire NCAA. Just to think of how many players she has coached over the years and how many great players she has produced. And there is one of them. Wilkerson gets the steal off of Scott, and a foul is called. Scott, it looked like, was flung back, but instead it will go on the freshman. That will be her second, and now that will lead to two more opportunities for Wilkerson from the line to give BW their first two-possession lead. That would definitely help the Yellow Jackets start to get some momentum completely in their favor. The first of two was good. Now a three-point game on hand. And now the question is, how does Mount Union respond to this? They have been resilient all evening, and that is what you expect to see from them. Their resilience unmatched, except maybe by BW. A massive rebound. They split the pair. The three, no good, and it will hit out of play on the suspender. The Yellow Jackets would have gone nuts if that three went in. That would have been a big 4-point swing. Make it a 6-point game instead, a 3-point game. Mount Union still well within this one. Definitely a different game compared to the 107-70 game against Heidelberg. And if you are Mount Union, seeing the way your defense has held the number 12 team in the country, you have to be happy. Even if this is a loss, you pick that out of it. You say, we started off hot. We just need to figure out what went wrong in the second and third and maybe the fourth and go from there. Mount Union, as we have said many times, is a great team. They can go far if they make it into the dance. And by dance, we mean the OAC tournament. I believe it's the top 6 get in. They're on the cusp. They need a couple of things to go their way, and they need a lot of winning down the stretch, which they definitely can do. If they play like this down the stretch, man, they could be a surprise dark horse in the OAC tournament. Mason to the wing will fake the handoff to Day-Day, and Nash finally gets it here. Day-Day makes her way inside, spinning, hooks it, there! Day-Day Nash has the luck of the Irish on her side. What a basket and what a finish. I don't even know if Nash knew if that was going in or not. It hung up for a good moment, and now a steal! The Energizer Bunny energizes the Purple Raiders, and it goes right back to the Yellow Jackets. Jones the steal. Here she comes in transition. BW up by 1. The wide open three. No good. Back iron, and Nash will pick it up. Day-Day Nash subs in. Day-Day Nash does Day-Day Nash things. Repeat. Conroy in the lane, bodying through for the lead. It's there! Tess Conroy restores the lead! What a finish by Tess. Two big, tough finishes. Day Day and Tess give Mount Union back their lead. And a timeout is called. The Purple Raiders feel something special in the air tonight as they lead by 1. 2:20 on the clock in Q3. It is Mount Union 31, BW 30. We step aside. (31-30) Mount Union over BW. 2:20 on the clock in the third. A tight classic OAC affair here in A-Town, Alliance, Ohio. It might be chilly outside, but this competition and this game making a lot of people, myself included, sweating to the finish. The drive, Valen, is it a charge? No, it's not. They called a block. Credit to Dunkel going in again. She will sub out, but she has had some heavy hits in this game. She is a resilient player. To have a player like her, you can say that about really anyone, but to have a player that willing to try and draw a charge, that is so valuable to any program, especially at this level. There's no scholarship in it. It's just grit, grind, love of the game, and love of teammates. Michaela Dunkel has every intangible a D3 program wants in their players. The first of two is no good from Bella Valent, the senior from Perrysburg. To tie the game, rolls, no good, Evidence the rebound! Mount Union survives it, and here comes their offense led by Day Day Nash. Nash at the top of the key, dishes, Mason. 1:48 now on the clock, in front of the elbow, it's Evanich. Chelsea trying to find a way inside, outside, it's Elizabeth Mason. Mason to the corner, Conroy top, Evanich, inside, tipped back, and a foul is called. That is the fifth against the Yellow Jackets. Send Mount to the line for two. A big foul sending Mount Union into the bonus. Once again, if Mount Union wins, this would be Coach Vanette's 300th career win. What a night that would be. The first of two is there from Conroy. Tess Conroy making Cuyahoga Heights very proud tonight. The second to make both. It's on point from Conroy. And it's an immediate trap, loose ball. It is a jump ball. It goes to Mount. It goes to Mount. Unbelievable defense by the Purple Raiders. What a job by Mount Union right after two big free throws. The defense right there, the trap, it's on point, and that is what they needed. Inside, Conroy can't get it to go. Rebound, Day Day Nash, and Day Day tiptoes the line and keeps it alive. Loose ball, Mason avoids the jump. It's Conroy back to Day Day, and Mount Union rolls again. Evanich inside the paint, pivoting, pumping, spins left. No good, rebound Valence. A big rebound by Bella. And here come the Yellow Jackets down three. Irwin already has two baskets from outside the arc this evening. Now it's Miller. Valence, top arc, swings far side. Irwin going against Day Day Nash. A battle of guards. And a foul is called on Day Day. And that will send BW to the line. 33-30 the score, 54.2 left to go in the third. If Mount Union does win this game, man, they are making Coach Vanette work for win 300. This is about as stressful as it possibly could be. The first of two is good from Irwin. But the Yellow Jackets, watching on from Berea or wherever they are in the U.S. or the world, they want this one stolen back. They want to win. Irwin makes both. Now a 1-point game. Conroy the difference right now. Nash loses it. Irwin the steal. Here comes BW. Irwin goes up and is fouled. Day-Day tried getting her feet set and tried to play the defense. Irwin plays the game and wins the war. Two big opportunities. One for the tie, two for the lead. Emily Irwin, all eyes on her. BW so far tonight, 65% from the line. 17 free throws compared to 2 of Mount Union. A 15 shot discrepancy, a 9-point difference, and that is huge right now. The first of 2, it's there. Irwin ties it at 33. And this one is the one that the Yellow Jackets want most. To retake the lead. It's there. Barely touches the twine. Valent subs out of the ball game for the Yellow Jackets. Sadie Arndt, the senior from Cary High School, subs in. A 1-point lead for the Yellow Jackets. A resilient Mount Union back on the prowl. Irwin guarding Scott. It's senior versus freshman. Swung outside. Conroy. Conroy bounced Scott. Mason sets the screen. Lily Scott, top of the key. It's Evanich. Now near side, Conroy spinning left. Out to Evanich. Evanich pumps, has a lane, takes it. Can't make it. Loose ball off the backboard. Mason is fouled. Once again, a resilient bunch here at Mount Union. How many times will we say that both of these teams have top-tier resilience? This game, it isn't about offense. It's not about defense. It is about resilience, and that is it. People can argue the slugfests, 99, 91, those are the best games, or defensive games are the best. No. When resilience reigns supreme, that is the best kind of game. And we can see a chance for resilience here. Mason misses the first of 2. This would tie it up at 34. Elizabeth Mason, the sophomore from Marlington. Survey says it's on point. 33 takes her jersey number up to 1. We are tied at 34. Irwin and company have the final shot of the frame. Irwin against the freshman. Scott goes inside. A little too rich. It's tipped at the horn. Not there. Mount Union's defense holds up, and everything is still to play for heading into quarter number 4. Do not go anywhere, everyone. This is the place to be. 34 all, 10 left to go in regulation. We step aside. What a game. What a game. 34 all, 30 minutes in the books, 10 to go here at the MAC on the campus of Mount Union. This is Mount Union versus BW Women's Basketball live on OAC Boxcast. If you are just tuning in, I am Nathan Smee on the call for you this evening in what has turned into a hardwood classic between two fierce OAC foes. Swung to the near wing, BW, they have somewhat controlled the second half, but Mount Union, this is still their house. Loose ball, is it a jump? Yes it is, Mount Union takes it back. Coach Hare not happy that it's called a jump. Mount Union, they tried to get a hand on it. I think the one hand they said was just enough for it. It was definitely close. I see her frustration. It's tough. It's a bang-bang call. I think they got it right. Scott fakes on Irwin. Will bounce to Evanich. Ferenczi trying to cut inside. Mason takes it near side. It's Evanich. Evanich at the elbow, back outside. It's Lily Scott. Scott far side, Ferenczi. Mount Union not in a hurry to get things done. Evanich spinning left, pivoting, puts it up. No good, still loose, and it goes to Irwin. Great defense by the Yellow Jackets as wrestler dishes to the star. And there's a travel from Irwin. Irwin just caught up on her feet and couldn't break through. Mount Union will take it back. 9 minutes left to go in regulation. And as the minutes tick off, the stress levels of the Purple Raider and Yellow Jacket faithful don't go down. Hudick, Ferenczi at the top of the arc, makes her way inside, spinning at the elbow, and she will facilitate from outside. Still a great press by the Yellow Jackets. Dished, Mason. Mason cutting left, pivoting. Ferenczi, they need a shot, loose ball. Ferenczi, no good, it rolls. Irwin the rebound. MBW comes up with their stop. Here come the Yellow Jackets once again down the floor. It's rejected by Elizabeth Mason. Mason got up and said, not so fast. Possession will stay with PW, but that is one way to take wind out of some sails. The defense has been on point for Mount Union tonight. That is for sure. That is either the fourth or the fifth block. They call it the fourth block of the game. First of the half. What a job defensively. Still all to play for. McCoy top the arc. Valence. Bello swings far side, goes back to McCoy. In the key, it's Jones. Dished inside, Valen. Bodying Dunkel, puts it up, no good. And the rebound belongs to Hudick. Flowing up the floor, Mount Union will take it up with Haywood. Dunkel, top arc, 8 minutes on the clock. Michaela swings, Hudick, step back, fakes the mid-range. Scott takes it in the wing. Lily now makes her move in the lane, hooks it, not there. Rebound, Valence. BW once again on defense is true. Here comes Irwin up the floor, dishes top, Valen for three, no good, and Mason picks it up. Mount and BW trading possessions. Almost picked off, Hudick spins out of it. From the elbow, Mount can't get it to go. Irwin, as she has so many times, gets yet another rebound. And Emily will facilitate for three. No good, rebound Mason. Irwin leads the way for both teams with 10 points so far. A low-scoring affair, a lot of defense, a hardwood classic. Scott will swing. Hudick, screened from Dunkel, does a nice job to get set. Hudick, back to Dunkel. 7 seconds on the clock. Scott, high point, Mason in the lane, it's there, and one for Elizabeth Mason! The Marlington Turn Mount legend restores the lead! Elizabeth Mason, take your bow! Unbelievable! And that all but confirms I will not have a voice tomorrow. I apologize, Marlington and Carrollton on Friday. You guys might not have much of a voice from me either. But with 6:45 left to go, a pivotal and one. Not there. Rebound snatched by Wrestler. And here come the Yellow Jackets. Bounced up the floor. Out of play. Mount takes it back. The purple pressure becoming momentous. Scott, her opportunity to facilitate the offense. Her and Day-Day, the master and the mentee on the floor. Mason to Day-Day on the far wing. Nash, top key out to Scott. Dunkel sets the screen. The offense rolling like a machine. Lily needs an outlet, finds it in Haywood. Haley, back to Dunkel. Mount taking their time. Mason pumps for three. It's in! Elizabeth Mason from downtown! Are you serious? Elizabeth. Are you serious? She now has 10. Mount up by 5. Loose ball. Rebound BW. They can't get it. Valen and anyone to respond. 39-36. Less than 6 to go. What a sequence. Once again, this is not a game built for the weak. This is a game that if your stress goes high, be ready. This is a fun one as Valen completes the three-point play. 39-37. What a game. What a game. Mount up by 2. The 3 from Mason is the difference. And here comes Mount Union up the floor. And a timeout is called. Coach Vanette wants to talk things over. 299 wins and maybe counting as soon as 5:49 from now in game time. Mount 39, BW 37. We step aside. This is OAC Women's Basketball live on OAC Boxcast. (39-37), Mount Union over BW, a rivalry game, a lot at stake, and an upset potentially on the cards. Day-Day Nash slipping inside the arc will play top. Conroy pumps. It's Nash, the pump. Day-Day has been on fire this evening, along with Elizabeth Mason, who leads the way with 10 for Mount. Loose ball, it's picked off by the Yellow Jackets. Miller scoops it up, and Wilkerson will facilitate. The Yellow Jackets, their comeback has been mounting. They trailed by 5 moments ago, and one cut it closer. Can they tie it up or take the lead? To the near side, it's Wilkerson. Has Nash in her face. Wilkerson top of the arc, time running less and less. And a kickball violation will keep possession with BW. A smart high IQ play. They saw Mason, she was doing the right thing. She was playing her man/zone defense. You can kind of call it both. Man, because she's guarding one person. Zone, she's more back, she's ready to move. Her feet were open. With the feet being open, you attack that. It ricochets, you get the kickball, and that's exactly what they did. Evidence can't guard Valen, and Valen ties it. 39 all, a 5-point Yellow Jacket swing, and here comes Mount. Evanich pumping, pivoting, far side Conroy, inside, it's Day-Day Nash. Day-Day goes to the hardwood, keeps it alive. She is battling for her Purple Raiders. Inside, Evanich. Can she find an outlet? It's Hudick. 4:30 on the clock, Nash. Top, Evanich bobbles it, keeps it alive. Evanich almost there and misses wide. And that will be a shot clock violation. Possession BW. 4:29 now on the clock. This game, it still can go either way. BW, the supposed favorites heading in, trying to complete this win. Inside, Evanich the defense. It's enough to make the miss from Miller. Rebound Mason. Another big defensive possession by the Purple Raiders, and here comes their potent O. Conroy in the wing. Screen, Evanich, test, top arc, it's Mason, swings, Hudick. Hudick, Evanich outside, Day-Day Nash. The offense will roll, Day-Day in the lane, restores the lead! It is string music inside the paint from Day-Day. Irwin to match. Not there! Rebound Evanich! Mount, 3:30 left to go. Coach Vanette says settle. And that's what they need to do. Settle this one down. Nash spinning. Screen Evanich. Day-Day back to Chelsea. Chelsea Evanich has her former Marlington teammate with her. Chelsea makes it! The tease and finish! It's a 4-point lead for the Purple Raiders! Now can they get it done? Still plenty of time for these Yellow Jackets. Jones, Irwin, top, 3 to go. Emily just inside the paint, goes far side. Wrestler in the lane on Evanich, and it's there. 43-41, and here comes Mount working quicker than expected. Herdick, and an elbow is called on Irwin. Irwin, her second. Leading scorer now is Bella Valent for BW with 12 points, followed by Irwin with 10. Mason leads the way from Mount Union with 12, followed by Day-Day's 9. 2:48 on the clock. This one getting closer and closer for Coach Vanette's 300th win. Conroy near side, it's Day-Day Nash into Dunkel. Dunkel with 6, and a travel's called. Mount can't believe it, and that is what they have to live with. Mount in disbelief. BW now has some hope. 43-41 Mount over BW. Irwin, the field general, takes it up the floor. She's a senior. She wants one final win here. Play inside the bounce. The cut's there. We're tied. Sadie Art makes it 43-all. And here come those Purple Raiders. Herdick pumps Mason. And it looks like we have a timeout called by Coach Vanette. It will be a 30-second stop. 43-all, 2:15 on the clock. We step aside. $43-all. Wow, just wow. We have been blessed with an instant classic. 2:15 on the clock. We roll. Mount with possession. Mason, far side, goes in. Out to Day-Day. Nash has been a leader. She has been her entire career. She has 9. Haywood, top, Mason. Time running off. Dunkel pumps, has an opening, takes it, no good. Rebound Yellow Jackets, and here comes BW. Alyssa Miller up the floor, swings at Ebert. Ebert cutting inside, has an opportunity, pivoting, dished, Art floats, it's there! Sadie Art puts BW on top. What a basket. Haywood in the paint, bounce, Mason ties it. We're back at 45-all. Back and forth, it continues. Miller the bounce, 1:20 on the clock. Here we go, we are in the nitty gritty. Irwin will swing to the corner. Miller has Day-Day right there. Art back outside, it's Miller. Time running off the shot clock. The pump, the play inside, loose ball. It would be BW on a jump, and it is. Jump ball, Yellow Jackets keep it. And now a timeout called. A big timeout call by Coach Hare. A full timeout. I would love to stay here. We're going to step aside, save the voice for the final minute and 5 of regulation. What a game. Stay tuned. 45-all, Mount trying to get the upset over BW. Baldwin Wallace holds the keys to their own destiny. 105 on the clock. It's 45 all after the jump ball. We're back mid-range. No good. Tipped out. It stays with the Yellow Jackets. Coach Vanette potentially 1 minute and 1 second away from win number 300. But right now it's still a mountain. It's a mini mountain, but it's a decoy mini mountain. Final minute of the 40 in regulation. Still 45 all. A chance. The lane is open. The finish not there. A rebound, Day-Day Nash. The Energizer Bunny continues to allow the offense to roll. And a timeout is called. A full timeout. Football fans, it's a common joke. You don't get any bonus points for saving your timeouts. And these coaches are taking it to heart here. What a game. If you're just tuning in, Mount, a 10-0 run to open the game. Quickly responded by as BW made it a 10-9 game, a 9-0 run. 18-all end of the first half. 34-all end of the third. And here we are 11 points later. 22 combined. 45 all. What a game. This is an instant classic. We throw that around so much in the sports media industry. Every game's an instant classic. I know a lot of Commanders fans think that that game against the Buccaneers, sorry, Professor Augustin, I know you're a Buccaneers fan. That game did not end the way you wanted it to, but I'm sure the Commanders fans call that game an instant classic. And for a lot of reasons it was. You look at that game, the doink in from Zane Gonzalez, that's a classic. But that game was back and forth the whole way, but you kind of had a feeling the Commanders would win that whole game. This one, you really never had an idea who would win. It was that close the whole way. Mount, besides that 10-0 run, put that out of your memory. The biggest lead for anyone was 5. It has been a tight affair this whole contest, and it will be in the dying moments. 40 seconds on the clock. We roll. Hudick in the corner for 3 is Conroy. No good. Loose ball in the paint. It's still on the deck. Jump ball keeps it, and it stays. 29.4 on the clock. Mount does not have the luxury of final shot. 20 seconds on the shot clock. So about a 10-second difference between shot and game. Now it is time for a chess match. 299 wins versus 700 plus. What magic can we see? Nash to inbound, finds Mason. Top, it's Hudick, hands it off, Conroy. Now Day-Day Nash, 20 seconds on the clock, 10 to shoot. Dunkel bodying in, outside it's Mason. Mason is tripped, Dunkel gets it, it's loose. BW takes it, and here come the Yellow Jackets. 10 seconds left to go in regulation. Do we have a winner? Loose ball, and a foul is called. Baldwin draws it, and the Yellow Jackets can potentially get it here. A massive call. Baldwin, she needs these two. What a finish. 7.3 on the clock. Valent, the crowd getting loud. It's not there! It's not there! Hope remains. Hope remains. All eyes on Bella Valent. 12 points. She has done it all game. Does she have one more left in her? Survey says it's there! Bella Valent makes the free throw. BW up by 1. Timeout, Mount Union. The Yellow Jackets holding on to a lead. It's a 1-point game. Mount, they have final shot. They control the destiny. They control their fate. No matter which way this game ends, both teams have a lot to be proud of in this one. Mount's defense, holding a potent offense like BW that averages just under 70 to 46 points. That's impressive. That takes a talented team. Mount Union, doing what they have done offensively. It may not have been the most points, but it's still a lot of points for them, as that's all they need. And we have the students on the far side doing some swag surfing, dancing. They are getting into this. They want to enjoy this one. As for BW, It is never easy to go up against Mount Union. This rivalry, it's always a back and forth, and we saw it in volleyball. Mount supposed to 3-0 sweep them. BW wins set number 1. That's just the attitude they had coming in, and it worked. These games, you throw the records out the window. I don't care if BW is ranked 1, Mount Union is ranked 1. I don't care if one team's 24-0 and one's 0-24. You put these teams on the floor, you get a game like this, and this is what you live for in OAC play. Here we go, 7.3 on the clock. Can the Purple Raiders win it? Mason spinning inside, loose ball, the Yellow Jackets have it, loose ball, foul called, 1.1 on the clock, and defense might reign supreme. Scott will inbound. It will be an inbound play for the Yellow Jackets. Mount Union, they couldn't get the shot off in time, and now one final timeout is called to most likely seal this one. 46-45, BW over Mount Union. The Yellow Jackets, their victory will come from Bella Valent. She split the pair. She needed one, and she got one. It doesn't matter how tough this game was. It didn't matter how the start was. It matters how you finish. BW, they have the finish. And as of right now, 1.1 on the clock. The offense from Valent, the overall swarming defense, that's enough. But we will see. There could still be a minor Mount miracle. They would need a lot to go right here. They would be in their own backcourt if they get it. But BW, they will play keep away. You can do this a number of ways if you're Mount on defense. You can do this a number of ways offensively if you're BW. There is no right answer. There is no right answer right now of what the play is. You could try lobbing it in. You could try just a simple handoff and foul with time on the clock. Or you could try something crazy. Crazy cannot result in a turnover if you are BW. They have to possess the basketball. They need to hold it for at least 0.5. That would take it to 0.6. It's catch and shoot. It might be over. But Mount Union right now, they need a forced turnover, and they need one of their playmakers. They need someone to make something monumentous happen here. But right now it appears this is the Yellow Jackets game for the taking, and a Yellow Jacket victory. Here it is, the final 1.1, and there's the foul. Will they give them shots? It would be the 4th, so no. Now the question is, do we have another inbound, or is this one over? Clocks have hit 000, and now they change it to 0.4. Mount needs a quick foul. That one drilled 0.7 off the clock. They need something a little bit quicker than that. A lot quicker. They need 0.2 foul. They need something crazy. An inbound should do it, and an inbound will do it. BW gets the win, 46-45, and spoils the Mount Union party. What a win by the Yellow Jackets. Your player of the game goes to Bella Valent. She is the 1 point of difference. She had 13. She was dominant and did just enough to seal the victory. The next game that I will be calling on OAC Boxcast will be on Tuesday, the 21st. Mount Union men's volleyball has their first home game as they welcome in Hiram College at 7 p.m. To stay up to date on all the things going on around campus, follow Mount Union on all of their social media accounts and follow Purple Raiders on all of their accounts to stay up to date with all of the athletics. But with that, that does it from the MAC. BW 46, Mount Union 45. I have been Nathan Smith. Thank you for spending our Wednesday evening with us here in Alliance. Have a good day, everyone, and as always, go Purple Raiders.